In lane number 8 from Slovenia, Matej Manfreda. And in lane number 9, representing France, Maxime Magali. So we would expect Kopaz to go out fast. Peters will be sitting there around midfield, and Josef Dostal will drop out to the back, probably throw his fishing line in, see if he can catch a couple of fish, reel them in, then pack the rod away and fly home for the finish. That's the normal Dostal way. And as you can see already, in the middle of the field, the big man in the red boat, just at the moment, just looking around, trying to find a good fishing spot while the rest of the paddlers head out. And it looks like it is Maguire Reid from Australia, who probably thinks, well, at some stage, I want to lead the semi-final that has 2 Olympic champions in it. And he is. I think he just has his nose in front from Balint Kopaz, Artur Peters, there in lanes 3 and 2, respectively. But a very close race across the middle of the field. Don't you worry about Josef Dostal, though. He will not be panicking at all. In fact, if anything, he's probably surprised to be as close as he is at this stage of the race, because quite often by about now he's dropped well back. So he's probably thinking, oh, this is a bit of a stroll. I'm very, very close to the lead. Balint Kopaz right next to him, Emma.
Yeah, I think probably my favourite race from last weekend was Dostal, when we were worried about him, Ross, weren't we? Because he was kind of middle of the pack to back of the pack, and then suddenly we looked up and he was in second place coming through to steal the win. So really impressive paddle from Maguire Reid, the youngster for Australia. He started really well in his heat yesterday. And I think at the minute we've got Kopaz and Peters over on that far side, looking like they are also challenging. And don't forget, we've got Quade Thompson and Maguire Reid also fighting for those top spots. Thompson paddled really well. He battled with Dan Johnson in his heat yesterday. So really close at the minute. We've got Kopaz and then Peters and then Thompson and then the young Australian Reid in the top 4 places. But as you said, don't discount Dostal. He is just sitting there biding his time, waiting for his chance to strike. So they will be slightly unnerved, knowing that he is just behind them. But at the minute, as it stands, we've got Kopaz in the lead. Second, just ever so slightly by, is Peters, with then Maguire Reid and Thompson. But I'm sure Dostal will start putting his foot down now. In fact, he's come through Reid and he's now got Thompson in his sights as the next target.
It's a bit like, Emma, it's a bit like, you know, when you're about to go into a room and you reckon there's a fair chance there's someone hiding behind the door. That's what's happening here, because the paddlers out in front, they know that hiding behind the door is the big check. He's packed his fishing rod away. There's nothing biting today, so now he's turned his focus to this race and he's moving his way through the field now. So Kopaz thinks now is the time for me to make my move. So Kopaz has moved out in front of Artur Peters from Belgium. Dostal now has eased his way in the blink of an eye. He's moved his way into third. Quade Thompson's heart has just broken. He's looked across, and there's Dostal looking across both ways. He's looking, yeah, this is fun. I'm having a good time here. Quade Thompson fighting back. Good on you, Quade Thompson. You take it up to the Olympic champion, my boy. He is saying, hang on a moment, I'm not done yet. I'd like a bit of a final action. So Quade Thompson pushing hard. I don't think he's going to get there, though. Kopaz will get the win. Peters second. Dostal gets third. Good race there for Quade Thompson. Really, really brave performance from the young New Zealander. And then on the far side of the course, I think it was the Frenchmen, Margaly and Maguire Reid from Australia, who might also have sneaked into the B final. But Balint Kopaz doing what he has to do there. The Tokyo Olympic champion, such a consistent paddler. You rarely see him go out and put in a bad race. So he got the job done there, put down a little bit of a reminder to us all that he was once the Olympic champion. I mean, once Olympic champion, always an Olympic champion, of course. But that is a very strong race. Artur Peters, just very consistent as always. Just such a strong, consistent paddler. Gets that pace going early, maintains it. If there's one thing he probably doesn't have to his game, and that is that burst that you sometimes need at the finish of a race. But he'll be very happy to be racing in yet another A final. And there you have Josef Dostal crossing into third position.
I just don't think we should ever underestimate the skill level involved in what Dostal does. To be able to know that you can sit back in the field, and that you've got enough time and enough speed and enough power to take you through to those qualification positions is an absolutely incredible skill to possess, and one that must be slightly disheartening when the others are paddling flat out down the course. But hugely impressive again. An example of these talented athletes in the men's K1000 metres. And confirmation, Kopacz takes the win and into final A. Peters in second, half a second behind, and Dostal in third.